Have you ever wondered why a lot of students preparing for JAMB exams, WAEC exam, they tend to do poorly in chemistry? The reason is that a whole lot of students make common mistakes and do not understand the background or the rudiments of how questions are coined. They all feel that writing JAM exams all involve cramming of past questions, which is a very common menace to students. That a student can just wake up one morning and start preparing for an exams using only past questions only, forgetting the basics. And that is why in our online tutorial platform, our aim is to brush students from the foundation and from the background. Now, on the board are two most important questions that are of great necessity in our preparation for this JAM 2025. These are the questions right here on the board. Now, the first question says, in which of the reaction would phenolphthalein be a suitable indicator? Now, we should understand that an indicator are weak organic acid and base, right? Which are used in acid-base titration. And we should understand that a strong acid and a strong base, any indicator can be used. But when we make use of a strong acid and a weak base, we should take note that the best indicator or the suitable indicator is methyl orange or methyl red. But when we then make use of a weak acid and a strong base, take note, the suitable indicator would be a phenolphthalein. The question now is, students should understand the definition of a strong acid, a strong base, a weak acid, and a weak base. Now, in this video, I will be defining for you short definitions of these. Simple. What are strong acids and what are strong base? Take note, a strong acid and a strong base, they ionize completely in water. But in the case of a weak acid and a weak base, they dissociate or ionize incompletely or partially or slightly in water. Now we move deeply. You should be able to take note of their examples. A common examples of a strong acid, we have HCl, we have H2SO4, we have nitric acid, we have perchloric acid, so common of them. Example of a strong base, potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. Example of a weak acid, of course, we have carbonic acid, we have phosphoric acid, so on and so forth. While a common example of a weak base, we have ammonia. Is that clear? Now, from the options we have here, the answer would be, of course, remember, if it's phenolphthalein, it should involve a weak acid, right, and a strong base. So the correct answer here is B. And why is that? Acetic acid is a weak acid, while sodium hydroxide is a strong base. If we check in the case of C here, both ammonia and acetic acid are weak acid and base respectively, while H2SO4 and potassium hydroxide, they are strong acid and strong base. The same goes to HCl and sodium hydroxide. Even though we know that any indicator can work for A and D, but we tend to be specific in our questions or in our answers to questions. The best option here is B. Now quickly move to question 2. Which of the following compounds is the most acidic? Now, where is this question coming from? We should understand that you were given the ionizable ions of this acid here, which is called phosphoric acid. You are given the pH. For option A, the pH is 1.4, pH 4.4, pH 9.3, pH 12.0. Now, what is the shortcut here? Simple. Take note. The smaller the value of the pH, the higher the acidity. That gives us your answer. That the lower the pH, the higher the acidity, or the more acidic it will be. Now, without me wasting time, what do you think should be the answer now? Of course, you now know the answer. That the correct answer is option what now? A, which is what now? 1.4. And as such, it is the most acidic. And this marks the end of this particular video. If this video has actually helped you and has brought you up, do well to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and God bless you.